Center front. I appreciate you folks sitting in the front. I appreciate you all coming to the show in general. I got a little extra time in this show. Let's have a little pre-show game. Let's have a pre-show challenge, ladies and gentlemen. This one involves you. Like my good friend Jim McKenzie, I am also a man who claims that I can balance almost any object on my face. I really can. So here's the pre-show challenge. I will take any object out of this crowd, and I'll attempt to balance it on my face. The only requirement is you have to be able to lift it over your head. Go ahead, humor me. I dare you. Challenge me. Anyway, I see it. Let's try it. Yeah, it's full, right? This is your choice, not mine. Yeah, well, like, you're sitting down. Good. It's because you were standing up. You're going to drop for this one. Ready for it? Ready for it? Ta-da! Real challenge, folks. Give me a real challenge. I seriously can. Can you lift it over your head? I was like, well, he's emptying out the stroller and making sure that it gets in. But I see a sword, I see a pistol. Let's try the pistol first. This one's going to be interesting. It's not loaded, right?
No.
It's like here, the average pistol balancing stunt, the more dangerous one. All right, if it was loaded, it wouldn't be loaded anymore. I didn't actually know anything about flintlock pistols.
I know. Oh.
Yeah! Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Round of applause for the gentleman with the pistol. Let's try the sword as well. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to make this one really interesting. We're going to make it unusual. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to do this one on my nose. No, I'm not going to do it on my forehead. I'm not going to do it on my chin. With this sword right here, folks, I'm going to do this one on my tongue. You may ask, like, where has that sword been? That is not the question you should be asking. It should be, where have I been? Spirit. Yeah, Spirit Halloween right there. So, grimy fingers of people who can't get a real job during the year. It's like, oh, it's Halloween time. I actually earned some money now. All right. You know you want to see it because they say, I know you can lift it above your head, sir. It's because that's the thing. If you can lift it above your head, I can lift it above mine. Okay, this thing's got to have like Wi-Fi or something.
Can Emmett stay with you?
Or a built-in motor. This is going to be interesting, folks. Yeah, it's like if you're impressed with this, folks,
I'm going to go assist you. You stay with Paul, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, that was really good. No way. Yeah! Woo!
You get some equipment for that. Yeah, not expecting him to do that? Yeah, that's like what you just witnessed here, folks, like the stroller, the sword, the pistol, the bell, all that. That's the only thing you're going to see during this show that I encourage you to try at home. I got popular in high school. I had no friends, but I got popular. Before we do the official intro to the show, ladies and gentlemen are standing out in the streets. If I ask you, can just come in all the way. Come in all the way, because otherwise you're blocking the middle of the streets. They blame me for that. The Queen's Guard comes over, arrests me, and I'm actually really not joking about this. Please come in close, find a seat if you can. They do get really angry if we do block the streets. And when it's obviously your fault, they blame me for it. So, yeah, please do me a favor and come in close. Otherwise, let's go ahead and officially let everybody know the show's going on. They're about to do the sword swallowing. I'm going to make a loud noise blowing this whistle, because I've learned from the bagpipes and drums that making a loud noise lets everybody know your show's happening. You can help me out with this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to blow this police whistle. Every time I do, I want you to then shout, "Showtime!" Can we do that?
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's go ahead and do it.
Showtime! Showtime!
Showtime! Cooperative audience. I like you guys already. First show of the day, first show of the weekend as of the sword swallowing show. You all are just really making my black twisted heart smile. I'll introduce myself. For those of you who do not know, I'm indeed the man of the hour, Cy the sword swallower, also known as Cydeshow Cy, as my loving parents named me. I'm a man of skill, a man of danger, and some would even say a complete lunatic. I see some of you agree. The rest of you need a little bit more proof. One of the very famous words of the bard, Bruno Mars, don't believe me, just watch. I'm going to warn you right now, the jokes do not get any better. And why else do you think one becomes a sword swallower? Why else do you think one takes on the world's deadliest stunt and turns it into a full-time career? That's dealing in sharp and pointing objects in your demented entertainment. No more talk, no more gab, let's get into it. Because that's why you're here. For the action, for the danger, for the sword swallower. Pretty neat trick, huh? If you saw that coming and you were still watching me, you were watching the wrong person because your reactions were glorious. And then finally, collectively, that's a trick sword. I do have this for a reason. You would have thought they were all trick swords unless you knew what one looked like. Yeah, I mean, this one retracts in the handle. You get these for a few bucks on Amazon. Seriously, you can. And this is what a magician uses when they try to attempt sword swallowing. I'm not a magician, for the pure fact that I suck at magic. I really do. I once tried to pull a hat out of a rabbit. It did not work out well. Also goes to show that what you see me perform is not magic. There's no tricks, there's no gags, there's no illusions. Everything you see me do, I am actually doing. It's not a question of how I do it. It's a question of why. Why? Because you'll watch. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know, are you ready to see the sword swallowing? Say yeah!
Yeah!
Are you ready to see the true danger? Say oh yeah!
Oh
Are you
yeah!
ready to see me die? Say woo! Yeah, America in a nutshell. Seriously, folks, nobody wants to see a sword swallower die. One, it's a very short show. But two, literally every single one of you can do that. I don't know how you find that impressive. Now, folks, what you're going to see here is indeed real legit sword swallowing. I showed you what trick blades look like. These are not trick blades. They're 100% solid stainless steel. They do not fold. They do not bend. Do not retract in a handle. I'm pointing out this is 100% real. It should go without saying this is extremely dangerous. Do not try this at home. I know that's really weird coming from me because it's pretty obvious where I tried this. Seriously though, do not try this anywhere. I mean it. People have died from this stunt. I've almost died from this stunt. If you're going to try it anywhere, try it at a hospital. It will save you lots of time. And please swallow responsibly. All right, here we go, folks. No further ado. The first official sword of the show. Down the hatch. Without a scratch.
What?
That's 100% solid steel right down my gullet. It all happened right before your very eyes, and guess what? It's going to happen again. Muscle between my mouth and my stomach to allow such a rigid piece of steel to pass through. I'll prove it to you now using this sword, substantially longer than the last one. The last sword just went past my heart. This one goes all the way to the pit of my stomach. But wait, there's more. I'm going to place it a quarter of the way in, and then I'm going to let go. And then when I feel myself align, I will loosen all the muscles in my torso, allowing the blade to literally drop the rest of the way in. We call this the drop technique. It's a little bit more dangerous, a little bit more sick, but do not blink, or it happens quick. Now, believe it or not, every time I swallow a sword, it literally has to nudge my heart and lungs aside to get to the pit of my stomach. Any medical professionals in the audience, they will tell you it's true. Which I'm... Oh, it is like, yeah? Thank you for ironically being at my show. Thus, performing the drop technique means one thing and one thing only. I have complete and utter control over the insides of my body. And with such control, I'm able to swallow not just one, not just two, but three solid steel blades at the same time. Now, some of you are probably asking yourselves this question. Why only three? Yeah, you know who you are. Why not four? Why not five? Why not 100? Well, I'll tell you this. Pretty sure nobody's going to toss a 20 in that hat for a fourth blade. Okay, I obviously have to thank you for that, because naturally, no more than 3 swords, like any swords, headed down the throat is really uncomfortable the more you do them. Which you can vouch for. You have no swords down your throat, you're perfectly fine. But the danger is the same no matter how many swords are swallowed. At any given point, these swords are scissors. They can slice me up from the inside out, killing me right before your very eyes, and thus making me into another performance prop for Manus O'Toole. Yeah, you all know very well that that man would pick me up and use me as a marionette puppet. Or worse, a hand puppet. Well, you know as the old saying goes, whoever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. Whoever does kill you, it's not your problem anymore. Yeah, get that image out of your mind. There you go, folks. For you, no further ado, 3 blades at the same time. After that one, probably heard that little bit of noise as I was pulling the swords out. Don't be alarmed. No, seriously don't. Seriously don't, because that's a common side effect for sword swallowers. A lot of swords going into the stomach, pushes a lot of air down in there. It's got to come out somehow. Which either results in a cough or a burp, or I politely ask one of you to pull my finger. Good to know we still have that kind of a dad in this world. By the way, even after swallowing 3 blades at the same time, even after swallowing 1 sword using the drop technique, physically impossible to do with a trick sword. There's people out there that came to the show that you're probably still even thinking, it's like, oh, it just retracts in the handle. That's the only way that this is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, just to show you it doesn't retract in the handle, we're simply going to swallow the handle.
Oh my gosh.
Still not convinced. Even after swallowing the handle of this axe, you still think it goes into the handle, or in this case, it goes straight up my axe. I'm still convinced that that is the only way that sword swallowing is possible. If the blade folds up, rolls up, or just retracts in the handle. Ladies and gentlemen, now we shall settle this. Once and for all, proving that it's 100% without a doubt real. To prove it doesn't retract in the handle, we're simply going to take away the handle.
Oh my God.
That's right, lords and ladies, this is solid steel. There's no handle for this blade to retract into. I'm going to swallow it all the way down so close I can close my lips around the end of it. And then for those of you watching closely, I'm then going to take a bow and open my mouth, showing you the blade literally going down my throat. I do apologize if any of you have already eaten. Oh, what a liar I am. That's like, again, your facial expressions are glorious. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 blade, no handle, down the hatch. Hopefully, I don't lose it again. Mission accomplished. Sword swallowing is 100% real. Doesn't get any more real than that. Was that necessary? Yes. Why? Well, it's because if you didn't believe that sword swallowing is real, these next few blades get a little hard to swallow. I warned you. The jokes do not get any better. We're just proving that sword swallowing is real. That answers the one most popular question I get during the show. Is sword swallowing real? Now comes the second most popular question. Do I feel the swords when I swallow them? And the honest to God truth is, yes, I do. And sometimes, they tickle a little bit. Yes, this sword has many fun names. See, some call it the flamberge, some call it the Chris, some call it the serpentine blade. Over here in America, they have a very special name for it. They call it the wiggly one. The wiggly one indeed, folks. I feel it every step of the way, all the way from my tonsils down to my, fallopian tubes, I guess. they've read a book. And as an added bonus for you, if you're watching closely and you are indeed lucky, I've been told you can actually see the sides of my throat wiggle as it goes in and as it comes out. Yes, it's gross? Well, you'll watch it.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah! Well, lords and ladies, you probably have already guessed this, that when it comes to sword swallowing, it takes a lot of years of practice and training, as well as focus and dedication, dexterity, even to be able to do this. Now, I don't just swallow swords. I actually train in a lot of swordsmanships. Recently, I've started training in the Japanese swordsmanships. Oh, come on, you. Live theater rolling a 2. I get it. Nerds, I knew I'd find you. True nerds. Well, lords and ladies, right here, I figured that just to prove like how dexterous I am and how dedicated I am to this art, comparing it to a Japanese martial art, I found it filthy. I found it fitting to go ahead and swallow this wakizashi for you, this Japanese short sword. But we're not going to stop there. Just to show how truly dexterous I am, I'm going to swallow this sword while juggling these 3.
Oh boy.
Hello, front row. All right, now this doesn't last long, so if you find this like impressive or anything like that, please clap quickly. Actually, in fact, let's go ahead and start with a rhythmic. Folks, you've been so awesome and so attentive, and I'm pretty sure we've scared away everybody who can't handle sword swallowing. So, congratulations, man, to this point. And I want to present to you is, without a doubt, the most dangerous sword I swallowed. It took me longer to get this sword down than it took me to get one sword, period. Until we find a better name for it, we shall call it the Showstopper. Find your choice. We'll call it the... I obviously don't have to explain to you why this one's so dangerous. Let's just say if this one goes wrong, it's going to take the zippity right out your doodah. Let's do this one correctly. My lords, my ladies, the curved sword, the Showstopper. Onward!
And upward.
And onward. Props to you, sir. You kept eye contact. Your mother and I are very proud. All right, don't laugh, you'll die. There we go. As the actors do. The bang is about 10 times the amount of applause that was. So I offer up to you the deadliest encore, which involves the ultimate sword swallowing stunt. Would you all like to see the ultimate sword swallowing stunt? Kind of people. Before I do, folks, I want to take a brief moment and thank you all so much from the bottom of my stomach for taking the time out of your day. Come to see the show. Come to see all these shows. We really do appreciate it, folks. It's only because of you that this fair and all of us in it do exist. That is 100% truth, folks. If you enjoyed the show and consider my job well done, at the end of the show, I want to give you all a chance to rate my show. Meaning at any given point, if you could have rated it from 1 to 100, I ask you please place your rating into my hat. all joking aside, any rating you can give, however generous you want to be, I know you're hounding for cash all day. It really does go a long way, though. This is seriously what I do for a living, my full-time job. If you're not sure what to rate a sword swallower, here's what it means to me. $1 says thank you for the show. 5 says I like the show. 10 means I love the show. And 20 or more says, oh my god, that show is so amazing. I want to support you in everything you do and possibly take you home to meet my dad. You see, I have a dad right there. Right, he's the one that so naturally, after I have survived the ultimate sword swallowing stunt, I will be standing up here with a hat, giving handshakes and taking pictures, asking questions, whatever you like. And I also have these lovely ladies over here that who have volunteered to also stand at the back of the aisles with their baskets to help me collect tips. I greatly appreciate that. They are part of the fabulous group which is coming up next, and that is Wings Aerial Acrobatics, folks. You do not want to miss that show. They are absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. So stay right where you are, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else? Oh, it's I also got virtual. It's like if you want to rate via Venmo or with the QR code, and then also if you have any footage of the show, any pictures or video that you've taken. I'd very much like to see it. You can tag me on Cydeshow Side or send me a message. I very, very much appreciate that, folks. But until then, you want it. You asked for it. You earned it. You're all going to get it. I give you all the ultimate sword swallowing stunt. I'm not going to swallow this one. I'm sorry to disappoint, but that's a very bad career situation. No, what's going to happen instead is the stunt's still so rare and so dangerous that out of the few dozen professional sword swallowers left, I'm one of just a couple that perform this one live. You get to see it here. That's I'm going to swallow this sword. And then I'm going to balance this claymore on its end for however long I see fit to get the applause I think I deserve. If you care about my health. The health of the front row. As soon as my hands come off this blade, please give it your all. Make it as loud as you can. So if this will be the last stunt I ever perform, at least I know it was worth it. As my plastic surgeon always said, if you gotta go, go with a smile. Alright, for you, lords and ladies, the ultimate sword swallowing stunt, also known as the $100 stunt. Here we go. And everybody in between. I'm going to leave you with these parting words. Whatever your parents told you not to do as a child, it's a good chance you make money doing it as an adult.